post event. You know, we had executive corporate meetings, and then we had dinners, and then I had 3 to 4 different groups. So I apologize for being late. Thanks for being flexible. Did anybody go over to the party?
Yep.
Yeah. Was it cool?
It was cool.
First of all, I'm really proud of this group. I'm really proud of this group because it is not easy to build internationally with minimal support. It's not easy. It takes a really special leader. So give a big round of applause to you. Really. It's a long time, and you don't. It's just hard. And when you don't have everything in place, we haven't figured it out in America yet, and y'all beating folks in this country, right? So that's good. That's good. What I've been doing with different groups is this. I want to ask you, what did you take so far from today? 15. Make sure I don't have any guys sitting down. We got some ladies standing up, fellas. If you make sure
okay.
you're fine, sweet. Okay, all right. What have you? 15 seconds. What have you taken so far from day one? What have you taken?
Stay focused.
Give me a show of hands. Give me a show of hands, and then yes, ma'am.
Stay focused. Be consistent.
Because you said stay focused.
Be consistent.
Be consistent. Okay, that's good.
Be accountable.
Be accountable. Very good. Yes, ma'am.
I learned that it's okay to finish the crossing line after other people once you finish.
Wow. I'm glad you took that point from the video. There are a lot of different points from that video, but I'm glad you got that one. See, in this industry, it becomes very easy. See, it's a blessing and a curse being in Akeem Bourne's organization. It's a blessing and a curse. The blessing is that you have somebody who's a jackrabbit, who's just an anomaly, comes around once every 10 years and just does something crazy in a company, goes diamond in 60 days. Wow, that's the blessing. But the curse is the exact same thing. The curse is that you see that, and for some people, that can become the abnormal standard of expectation. And so you begin to feel inadequate because, oh my gosh, I'm not a diamond in 60 days, what's wrong with me? Right? That's the curse, right? When in fact you're right on pace. Right? If you're an executive in vacation travel, did you know that statistically you're beating 90% of people in network marketing?
Wow.
Woo! Seriously, if you're an executive, you are statistically beating 90% of people in network marketing. The typical network marketer in their career only signs up 2.7 people. So if you sign up 3 as an executive, my gosh, you're above average. Wow. Right? So when you look at this, I mean, you're just comparing yourself to like a Michael Jordan, right? Somebody who goes diamond, and it's just so don't do that, right? The thing is, they'll come to the realization. I had a young lady who was just here in this last meeting, who says, Mr. Iverson, I'm a single mom with 5 kids. Okay. What you have to do now, what I have to do as a good leader is manage her expectations. Don't kill her goal and her dream of becoming a diamond, just manage her expectations. You cannot have the expectation to become a diamond in the next 3 to 4 months when you're a single mom with 5 kids. But that doesn't mean you can never become a diamond, and that's what you should take from the video. Whether you finish first or last really doesn't matter, just finish the race.
That's right.
Right? So, I'm glad you took that. Anybody else? What have you taken from day one? Yes.
I've taken that it doesn't matter the size of your obstacle, all you need is that will and that need to see your dream and meet that goal.
It doesn't matter the size of your obstacle, what matters is your
will and your need to see your goals and dreams come true.
You can sum up what you said in one word.
Perseverance.
No, listen. You can sum it up in one word. Somebody's already said it. You said it first. No.
Perseverance.
It's focus. Obstacles are what you see when you lose your focus. See, there's a reason why, and I still have a really big sports agency. And matter of fact, about 3 or 4 days before this big deal with Floyd Mayweather. Don't tell me. So anyway, but there's a reason why golfers, think about it. How can a golfer hit this little white ball with 20,000 people on this one hole, cars driving by, birds chirping, squirrels squirreling, whatever squirrels do, and hit this little white ball in the middle of the grass? How can they do that? They have an uncanny ability to focus. How can Stephen Curry sit up at the free throw line, 500 people behind him, waving, screaming, ah, your mama, and shoot a basketball into a goal. He has an uncanny ability to focus. Same thing in business. You've got to be able to block out all this negativity and this riffraff and all the stuff that comes in your life and develop an uncanny ability to focus. Because when you get to that point in your life, when you get to that point in your business, that's when things begin to change. But as long as you run, and every time something happens on your job, every time something happens with one of your negative friends, or pessimistic Pam, or negative Nancy happens in your life, if that always bothers you, you'll never make it. That's why my circle in network marketing has gone from being like this to like this. I've cut out all the riffraff in my life. All the riffraff. All the drama, all the drama, all the folks, all of that. My circle is very positive and it's very tight. I don't need no new friends. I got all friends down there. I don't need no new friends. Right? I have to stay around a positive core. That's why I introduced the training today about the pruning. Some of us got too many negative people attached to us, and it's causing us to be diseased.
Yep.
Yes.
Joining too.
It's causing us it's stunting your growth. Because you got diseased branches in your life and in your business and on your team. And the sooner you can eradicate yourself from those diseased branches, those diseased consultants, that's what I told you. When people call me and I've been thinking about quitting, quit then. Quit. I'll express you, I'll text you the number to quit vacation now. Right? Yes. Yeah, right. Yes. Did you?
Oh, me?
Yes.
I was, you said focus, and then I was thinking belief. Story real quick.
Hold on real quick, I'm gonna turn my TV off. Okay, sorry.
Tuesday I left from Belize to Cancun. I took a bus to Cancun to come. I had no visa to come. It was like the Thursday before. I called Mr. Lashley and I told him, I said, I'm coming. He said, but you have no visa. I told him, I believe I'm going to get it, so I'm coming. So I'm going ahead to get my tickets and everything else sorted out, but I'm coming. So Tuesday I took a bus to come. I took a bus to Cancun, a flight from Cancun to Atlanta, which was delayed, Atlanta to Memphis. I'm here. Notwithstanding all of that, I left the hospital. I had food poisoning, so I was in the hospital for 2 days. The doctor told me, you can't travel because you're dehydrated. I told him, I understand, well, just let me go home and check on the house then. I got home, packed the bags, and I came. This morning, just before the pastor got on, I got a text message that my mom is in the hospital. My first thought was to get on the plane and come. But I had the light bulb. My mom has been telling me, you've always been giving up things for me. Tonight when I spoke to her, she said, Marika, at the end of the day, you come home, you can't change anything, I'm still going to be sick. She said, think, giving up everything, and I'm still going to be sick. So I'm thinking that my belief, as much as yes, it requires focus, I'm thinking belief, but you said focus. I'm trying to figure out if it's the belief or the belief of being focused or believing in being focused.
It starts with belief. Belief drives your focus. Belief drives your focus. And your mom gave you perfect advice. Wise woman. I do an inspirational call every Monday morning at 8:30. Okay? I've been doing it for 4 years. Right? 4 years nonstop, every Monday. This past Monday I was sharing with the group on that call that one of the areas that I've improved a lot in my life is I've gotten to a place of maturity where I no longer worry about things I have no control over. I don't. I have a real, you saw a picture of my house. My address is 2005 Shouty Lane. Anybody who knows who's really tight with me knows I got this saying. 2005 Shouty Lane is a drama-free zone. There's no yelling in my house. Ain't no screaming. There's certain relatives who are not welcome at my home because they bring drama. And when I'm out here doing these travel parties, dealing with these knucklehead people sometimes, when I come home, I don't need no drama.
Right.
I got enough drama out here.
Right.
So this is a drama-free zone. Stress. Gotta get the stress out of my life. so I'm at a place where I do a really good job of not worrying about stuff I ain't got no control over. You have no control over your mama being sick. You're not a doctor. So you went home, there was nothing you could do. As long as she's in the hospital, in the care of experts, there's nothing you can do. Now, they said, hey, listen, okay, it's not looking good. We need you to come and, okay, different situation. Right? But right now, there's another thing. In my book, I wrote about a theory called the pre-flight theory. Okay, many of you took flights. Okay, right? And every airline is required by law to make this statement. Ladies and gentlemen, in the event of turbulence, in the event of a loss of pressure, oxygen masks will deploy. Please secure your mask before helping others. Now, if you apply that to your business, you're at a place in your life where maybe for the first time, you need to become just a little bit more selfish. Because see, you can't help nobody if you can't breathe. Right? We so busy saying, I'm going to it's a business to help people. Well, you need to start a charity then. You need to start a foundation. Because in business means one thing, profits and losses, period. When you get all into this holy roll, when you know what I'm saying, okay, then you're about to be broke. Because the moment you go into business, there's people out there who are trying to take you out of business. It's called competition. So you can't get so emotional about your stuff, right? So I appreciate that. And I appreciate the journey that you took, to get here. And so make sure that you're selfish with your time. It amazes me. It's amazing to me. I had to run out a couple of times, to do some things business-wise. And I would go out into the line, and there's people on stage dropping $1 million nuggets. And there's people outside eating hamburgers and fries and barbecue and on the phone. I'm like, why'd you come? Yeah. Why did you come? Why? A complete waste of your time. Why? So my point is, don't make that you. This should not be a road trip for you. This should not be this is a business trip where you're coming to get your word. You're coming to get what you need to go back and become great at what you do. Right? What else, guys? What you take? What have you taken so far? Day one. What have you taken? Yes.
Take care of yourself. Deal with yourself first. Pay more attention. Develop yourself before you try to develop others.
That's profound. That's profound. Personal self-development is just a hallmark of what we do in our industry. And you've got to become attractive to other people. You've got to become attractive to other people before your business will really flourish. I have people all the time say, Mr. Iverson, I know a lot of people, and that's great. But that's not the question. The question is, how do people know you? You may know a lot of people, because this industry is all about one thing. From a recruiting perspective, it's about one word: influence, period. Influence. I know tons of people who know tons of people, but they can't influence nobody. Right? I got a friend named Primetime. I don't even know his real name. Named Primetime. Like, I play basketball Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 6 o'clock in the morning, with former pro athletes, ex-college players. We go Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. And Primetime is like 55 years old. We call him Primetime because Primetime can still hoop. Prime, when we picking teams, fellas, y'all know how we pick teams. 5-on-5, we picking teams, right? When Primetime, a first-round draft pick. Prime walk in the gym, I got Prime. Right? Your first-round draft, because Prime can still hoop, right? Prime knows everything. Legitimately knows. He knows Michael Jordan. Show you pictures. Me and Mike playing out. Knows everybody. When these athletes have parties, they're gonna call Prime, right? When these athletes have Super Bowl fight parties, they're gonna call Prime. So one time, Prime found out who it was, and for marketing, and say, "Oh, I'm looking to do something." Come on, he signed up. But I know everybody. No, I'm about to kill it. You about to kill it, man. So anyway, he starts trying to build his business. And clean as a whistle, and King signed nobody. You know why? Because what I realized about Prime was that Prime had a whole lot of associations, but zero influence. See, he knew Michael Jordan. Yeah, he knew Charles Barkley. Yeah, he knew everybody. Kevin Garnett, he knows all of them. But they know him as the party guy, the good times guy. Have a good time and come to the cookout guy. The man, when you start talking to me about business, oh, hey, I don't know you like that. That's where they drew the line. And he ended up, just fizzling out and quitting the industry, quitting the business, right? So it's about influence. That's why you have to be careful about what you do on social media. You can't be a freak on one page and on another page, join my vacation travel expert. No,
Yeah.
I got folks cussing folks out and carrying on, and I'm at a strip club making it rain. In the next post, you trying to recruit folks into your business. What the heck is that?
Yeah.
I got folks putting up AK-47s and then talking about how I'm the what? Who are you? Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You be on medication. Who are y'all? You need to first figure out who you gonna be. Who you gonna be? Right? If you're gonna tell a story, tell a good one. If you're gonna tell a story, at least tell a good one. Right? And I'm sorry, that wasn't part of what I was talking about. Sir, did you have your hand raised? What are you taking away?
Telling a story, the importance of having a good story. One of the things I noticed today, almost with all these speakers, were their story, and that's what has really stood out for me today.
What you got to learn to do is embrace your story.
Yeah.
You got to learn to embrace it. For long, that was been a hard one for me. I was embarrassed. When I filed bankruptcy. I was really embarrassed. I was Spencer Iverson. I'm in the freaking bankruptcy office in downtown Atlanta. Filing bankruptcy. This is a little junk right here. God, man. I mean, I wanted to put on sunglasses and an afro wig with a big old coat to walk down because I knew somebody was going to know me because some of the filings you have to do in person. I was so embarrassed, and in life circumstances had hit even me. Because I was filing bankruptcy due to no fault of my own. I got involved in a company called Monavie. Monavie. What do you think? It's me, I'm thinking about it. And they illegally sued me and my partner, making all kinds of ridiculous claims.
Wow.
So much so that I actually won. They came to Atlanta and we fought that case for years, over 2 years. They came to Atlanta and I argued for me and my partner, and we won the first round. But they just kept paperwork and it was so much they were filing. I couldn't even work a network marketing because I was so busy always filing stuff to keep this $1 million suit from attacking us. And so the biggest mistake that they made was they sued me personally instead of as a corporation. So I knew what my out could be. I was gonna hit that big red button and blow it up.
Right.
And I just got tired, man. There were opportunities that come in my way to get back involved in network marketing. And I remember this old attorney, and he said, and he could just tell the look on my face and how embarrassed I was. He put the paperwork aside. And he said, young man, I can tell this is really bothering you. He said, let me understand something. He says, bankruptcy is a tool. He says, I have millionaires who come in my office who file for bankruptcy. It's just a reset button. It's a reset button. Wow. And my point is, he talked to me, and he made me feel so much better. And let me tell you, so I went to that office and I filed, and the weight of the world just. And see, sometimes God allows you to go through storms so you can navigate somebody else. See, now I can navigate somebody through that same painful experience. I've been through it myself. So I don't look down on somebody. I've navigated that storm. I know what that storm feels like. So my point is, you got to embrace your story. And I set you up that way because here's what I know about every $1 million earner in this industry that I know. Every single man or female that I know who's made $1 million plus, there's one common denominator. What do you say?
When broke, well,
their back has been against the wall. If you're talking to somebody and they never had no problems, they making all the money in the world, that's not somebody you want in your business right now. I like it when somebody's a little in pain a little bit. I like it when you're struggling a little bit because that means you got a big why. You can't be comfortable and rich at the same time. Can't be comfortable. You're going to have to feel something. And every single networker that I know who's made millions, they have that same story. Dude, I was on my last dime. John Satours from Organo Gold sold furniture to buy a plane ticket to a round trip ticket to a convention that the company was having, the first convention the company was having in Jamaica. He had no hotel room and no money for food. Got to the hotel room and just sat in the lobby. One of the elite diamonds who knew him from a previous project actually bought him 2 nights at a hotel. He had about another couple of dollars where he said he bought some Oreos and he lived a day and a half on Oreos. Long story short, that man went on to become the number 3, number 4 money earner in all of Organo Gold. One of the last posts I saw, John was probably doing $600,000-$700,000 a month.
Wow.
But that wasn't his story 8 years ago. 8 years ago, he sold. Matter of fact, he does a PowerPoint presentation where he has all his bills laid out where it shows disconnected. It shows bank accounts with overdraft on it. He shows that in his PowerPoint just to show you guys, this was my situation 8 years ago. Now I got the same story. So when I talk to folks who are real comfortable, ain't got no pain in their life, no drama, I'm really probably not looking for that person. Right? What else? What you guys take?
Yeah, Mr. Iverson. One thing that stood out to me was how positioned we are because of where the company is going. We're just coming out of the formulation phase, we're going into concentration. Now I want to see me here.
Dude, if more people, Akeem, could understand that, guys, the things that most people see as problems, the things that most people see as, oh, guys, my time to leave, guys, those are signs that, no, you're in the right place at the right time. I know it sounds funny, but when you call the home office, the moment somebody starts picking that phone up on the first ring, you may have missed it. You may have missed it, right? When you hear David Manning stop tweaking the compensation plan, you missed it. That means everything's set. They figured out the formula. They figured out the formula to optimize it for the field and for the company. But as long as they still, when we stop offering new services, you missed it. See, when you go to Amway, right? No disrespect to Amway whatsoever, but call Amway today. Me, Akeem, David, the 3 of us, hey man, let's go into partnership. We're gonna go. Let's go join Amway today, and we won't bust the grape over there. We won't do nothing over there. We won't scratch the surface over there. You know why? Because we missed the window of opportunity. We missed the window of opportunity. There's no way in the world we're gonna make the kind of money that Dexter Yeager made. We got it 50 years ago. We missed it. That's in no way disrespectful to Amway at all. Great company, but it's all about timing. Amway had their formulation moments as well. We just didn't have to live through them. So we're going through these things right now, but you gotta learn how to appreciate them. But this is also, because you don't know what to look for, this is also the period of time where most people quit.
Yeah.
Because don't look at man, shoot, and it's just. And then people just jump to another company, they jump to another deal, or then you get people doing multiple deals, and they say, hey, I'm just a nerd. I tell you, I'm a nerd. I just look at the data. When I look at the top money list, what I've never seen is person number 1, Houghton Bugs, $1.6 million a month, Organo Gold / prepaid legal / Melaleuca. Never. Dexter Yeager, Amway / ULAB / Jeunesse. No. Every single one of the top money earners got one company by their name. Right? So, different strokes for different folks, but I'm just telling you what I know, guys. I just follow, I don't try to go against the grain. I just do what's tried and true. Make a bunch of money. Anybody else? What'd you take? Yes. Okay. We'll go here because you came to me in stereo. It's kind of loud. What else? Go ahead.
I'm on the line of focus, but at the same time, I've learned to work smart. You see, I work hard. A lot of hours I put into vacation.
Okay.
But for me, I'm not seeing the results I'm looking for, and I think it's because I need to refocus on the things that are going to give me results.
Yes.
And so for me, it is more so of focusing on the right things, the ones that will be beneficial to me and the business and the organization, and stop being too emotional about people and when people dropping out and all of these things and trying to chase after them rather than continuing to grow the business. And so for me, that's what I learned, and that's what I'm taking back with me. So I'm deciding to start over and to start with a different strategy, different focus, so that I will get a different outcome. I can't continue to do the same things. Obviously, I will not get the same results. I will get the same results.
How long have you been in the business?
last year, August.
How many people have you signed up personally since that time?
That would have been about 18.
Okay, good. Very good. I appreciate the statement. Emotions. Oh, Jesus. Emotions, and I'm gonna talk to you about high payoff activity, but let's deal with emotions. 77%. 77%. Does anybody know what that statistic represents? 77%. What does that statistic represent? 77% of all of network marketing is comprised of women. Worldwide. Women. The top 1% of all money earners worldwide in network marketing are who? Men. For one primary reason, men tend to not be emotional. And that's a business truism. That's a business truism. And that's not a sexist statement. Ladies, I'm just trying to help you. See, I mentored a young lady named Erica McQueen, #1 money earner in a company called Artists International. Okay, a lady sat on my board named Lisa Nicole Cloud. Okay, #1 female money earner in a company called Five Links. I've worked with the Melissa Bostons. I've worked alongside the Stormy Wellingtons. I know some of the top female network marketers on planet Earth. And you know what all of them are? They are straight killers. They are straight killers. You act a fool, they will straight shoot you in the head. They just don't put up with no nonsense. And and if you don't work the business, they don't fool with you. They don't. They just don't.
Yeah.
And they just have this tenacity about themselves, right? So you have to be, as a good business person, this is a business principle, you have to learn how to divest yourself of the emotions of business. You have to. Otherwise, people will use that as one of your weak points and play with you. Right? A friend of mine, David, M1ETA, personally enrolled 111 people at one point in time. He had 111 people personally sponsored him. Of those 111, how many of them do you think were diamonds in that particular project? That were personal to him? Take a guess.
3.
5. He had 70 diamonds in his organization. Right? My point is, he wasn't emotional about who did or who didn't. See, what happens is, this is Tawana. I was close, Christina. So Christina, that's Christina. What happens is, I get so emotional about my friend Christina. I went to high school with Christina. Right? We're on the same team. We go to church together. I get emotional about Christina. But I then, because I'm so emotional about Christina, I miss what's behind Christina. I miss the fact you signed up Susie and Barbara and John. Right? See, everybody that I personally enroll, you are adoring me. You owe me too. That's my mindset. You owe me too. I don't tell you that, but in my mind, you owe me too. Because the moment I become emotional about you, I miss who you've enrolled. I miss that. I'm so focused on my friend that I miss that person. Because what I don't know in the grand scheme of things is that you might not be the guy. This is Candace, right? Candace. So I signed up Candace, my friend, who signs up who signs up Akeem. But no, I miss Akeem because I just want Candace to win. Emotions. In my book, I call it the reach around. Right? You stop coming to, I'm going to reach around. That's why everybody in my organization, I need you to introduce you. But the people that I personally enroll, I tell them to introduce me to the people that you enroll. Introduce me. So I can recognize what you're working with. So I can start developing that, because you might not even realize what you have. You might be sitting on a superstar. I can see it faster than you can. Right? You're going to win, but let me reach around and cultivate that talent. Right? So and then the last thing is high payoff activity. High payoff activity. Start, when you're mapping out your day, prioritize your day with high payoff activity. Surfing the internet, once again, now they're internet marketers, that's fine, and that becomes their workplace. Okay, that's fine. I'm talking about people who just surf just to surf. That's not a high payoff activity. We also call it working close to the money. I've got certain friends who cannot call me between my prime time hours because they don't talk about nothing. Nothing. What's up, dog? What up, dog? What you doing, dog? Dog, hang up. Why are you calling me, dog? I mean, listen, I'm trying to high payoff activity. Your day has to be filled with high payoff activity with high payoff people. The people who are producing in my business, I got a CD out called How to Get Off Your Uplines Do Not Call This. How to get off your uplines, do not call. There's some people who, when they call me, oh no, can't get that. Hey, I'm real, I'm big. Oh no, that person can wait. Right? Donnie Rickens call? Hey, hold on. Hey, what's going on? You good? 3-way call? What? Conference over? Yeah. High payoff activity. And the people who work with me, they know that. Don't call me with don't drug. This is high payoff phone. Right? High payoff phone. Right? That's why I told you the story on the phone. I'm gonna say about my car. See, I don't answer call. I didn't recognize that number. Right? And then it kept buzzing. I saw Texas, and we were close to the convention, so I put Texas and convention. But maybe David's coming from the. And then she said she was with Mercedes, and she got my attention. But I was not going to answer the call because I didn't know if it was going to be a high payoff activity. I just didn't know that place. So I'll take 2 questions. I'm not going to keep you all long. We have another long day. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So one thing that's for me is about releasing. I guess it stems off from what Christina was saying as well about emotional baggage. Like for me, I had a lot of reservations about being here because I'm not supposed to, quote unquote, be here because of how my job is structured. I'm not supposed to be in the pictures or in the videos or whatever because of how my job is structured.
What kind of job do you have?
I'm a public servant. I am a teacher. And this is right in the middle of this school term.
Also, you said you're like sneaking here.
Yes.
Oh.
Straight up. And today I was like, you know what? I don't want to curse in here, but forget it. Yeah, forget it. That's a good word.
Thank you. I did.
You know, I'm here already.
Yeah.
Make the most of it.
Yeah.
I had to release my head department on my skin.
Yeah.
You know, I had to just release that to just be in the moment to enjoy myself. I literally got up and saw the people I'd never seen before, and I cried. I don't cry. You know, when I got home, it caused me to think, and I'm normally very social, but when I got home, I kind of stood by myself for a little bit.
Right.
And it was like, I guess it's more of a lady's analogy. If you have a closet or a wardrobe full of clothes, and you want a new set of clothes, you gotta clear some of that out. You gotta clear the clutter. You gotta get rid of the tattered clothes, get rid of the old clothes in order to put in the new stuff.
That's it. Right now, your struggle is that you've allowed yourself to go into bondage. You've allowed yourself to go into professional bondage, and you got to release the shackles of that bondage. Otherwise, you will never achieve happiness in your life. Wow. Now, I am in no way advocating you quit your job. Don't y'all leave here thinking that. What I am saying is that now you have developed an even stronger why. And you have now what you've got to do is chart the course to release yourself from that bondage. One thing I say about myself, life is too short for me not to be happy. It's too short. It's too short for me not to be happy in all aspects of my life. So what you've got to do now that you've seen, that's why one of the reasons why network marketing is so powerful, because on your job, maybe there's so much negativity in your life, but the collective here, so many positive people. Yeah. And you like, people are motivated by two main things: pain and pleasure. Pain and pleasure. The things that cause you pain, you repel. The things that cause you pleasure, you draw to. So there's a lot of pleasure in this industry because it's so positive. People who are optimistic, and you want to be around that. And then when you're immersed in your job, it's pain, you repel that. So what you got to do now is chart a course. Right? I'm not saying quit your job, but I'm just saying you've got to now start charting a course because you've seen something more and realize that you've got to tell yourself you deserve it. I deserve this. I deserve this. How dare I let another human being, it's like when you play ball, fellas. Coach be in the locker room, guys, they put their shorts on just like you. He get up just like you. He drive a car just like you. He eat, breathes, he just like you. He's no better than you. He's just like you. So you come in here and do you, and then what you do is you go in there and give him a 2-day notice. I don't know what the laws are in the Bahamas.
It's too long.
I'm sorry, in the you know, where y'all, people, what the laws are in terms of how much in advance notice. You have to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You know,
have
like,
to.
you don't have to.
You
Well, in our country, you know, you kind of have to give a little notice. You know, like a 2-day notice, or 2-day notice, whatever. You know, you see, you get your money right, and you go to what's your boss's name?
Mrs. Sutherland.
Mrs. Sutherland. What's her first name?
Noel.
Noel. See, when you get your money right, it's no more Miss Sutherland. Noel. All right. Just gonna let you know that today you will notice I will no longer be there. You be out. It's a wrap. The whole thing changed, right? But you gotta become a little bit more selfish. Chart your course. Go ahead and get this, so you can release yourself from that bondage. Just have some fun with your life. Right? Because you shouldn't. You having a sneak. Oh God, hey, you got a sneak to take care of you. Wow. Some crazy. Don't take my picture. I want my boss to see him on this job. What? I'm sorry. So I'm glad you're getting to that place. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Iverson, as an emerging diamond, how far down would you reach in your organization, and what level of person would you work with in order to have them start to introduce them to the next level diamond or the next level international executive in their team in order to gain success in the industry?
Now, you can talk to 10 leaders and get 10 different answers. I don't have limits like that, right? I don't. When people want to work with me, I don't even ask whose team you're on.
You wait for somebody to reach up to you, or do you reach down?
Okay, that's a different question. That's a different question. Because the reason I say it's a different question is because you're catching me at a different phase of my career, right? It was kind of a similar question they asked earlier. Somebody asked me earlier, Mr. Iverson, are you still recruiting?
Okay, let me put it this way. Let me put this perspective for you.
Okay.
Bring it back down. Before you were where you are now, if you were in Akeem's shoe where Akeem is now, how far down would you reach?
There's no limit to where I would reach. If I were where he is, there's no limit. There's no limit.
Okay, so you would call everybody in that team.
No, I didn't say that. No, I said no. Listen. Your genealogy tells you who you need to work with. Right. I don't look at names. I look at numbers. That's right.
Exactly. I was like, how you want to put it.
So even now, I got a text. I saw a guy in our Avengers Facebook group. I saw this guy post like 3 or 4 times. Avengers, please help me welcome. Avengers, please help me welcome. Avengers, please help me welcome. Congratulations, so and so, brand new regional executive out of so and so. Okay, I need to see who this guy is. This guy went regional like today. I mean, like he put in 6 people today. I don't care whose team he's on. You need to hear from Mr. Iverson. I don't care where he could be level. When I look at my my genealogy, I'm down level 50 something. I don't care where he is. That could be another viable leg of my business. I don't build a business for today. I'm building my business for 10 years from now. You see what I'm saying? We get so caught up in executive. I'm a national diamond. I needed Mark Sterling's leg to go ahead and max out for 3rd star presidential. Wow. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, good. I got that leg. So my point is, there's no level because you can't put a price tag on leadership. You cannot put a price tag on leadership. You can't. That's why these network marketing companies now like Janess and TLC are paying so much to so many people because they know I can either do the Amway model, which is try to last 50 years and cultivate an internal model to where we cultivate leadership from within and they have time and resources to wait, or I can just pay, I can make Akeem Born, hey, look man, we'll pay you $25,000 a month for the next 6 months program and do what you did over there. It's just a fast way for them to have success. That's what's happening in the industry. The game has changed because they understand the value of leadership. So at the microcosmic level, your organization, when you find a leader, you give them everything you got. Because you just don't get somebody who says, I want to take over, another guy sitting here, Mr. Iverson, I want to be that guy in Northern California. I want to be you in Northern. You don't find a lot of people who say that. You just don't. And when you find one, I don't care what level of depth you're in, you gotta get them going.
Exactly. I just want to embellish on that
Okay.
real quick. A minute ago, you just said for people to connect that new person with a diamond or an upline in a conversation. And indirectly, you said it, right? So I'm just like, oh my.
What did I directly say?
In exact words, I don't remember exactly, but you were talking about along the lines of you should connect them and have a conversation with, and connect them over.
I think I may have said something like, I like for all of my directs to introduce me
Yeah, exactly.
to the people that they personally enroll.
Exactly. So
I know what they're working with.
So as we,
Yes.
as a TakeOver team, I would, most of these people work individually in their islands,
Mhm.
but I would say as a TakeOver core member, Mr. Bourne, myself, Kai, etc., we have multiple islands that we work with. So would you consider that we, as core members, have our downlines, our business partners, have every time that they sign somebody in, connect them with us, no matter how far down it is in the line, just so that they're connecting in as a personal level?
I say yes, here's why. Your people need to see a higher level of success other than just you. One. Number two, your team also needs to be exposed to the notion that there is a team. That there is a team. If they feel like it's just them, it's easier for them to quit. But they know there's some kind of support system in place, they're more likely to stay around. So it's never about me usurping my authority over you. It's really more about you just letting them know that we're here to help you. You got a team in place. And what I do know about some networkers who are really protective, no, don't talk to my team. Okay, that person never makes it. That person never makes it. Because I'm not trying to be all things to all people in my organization. Wow. Barry Donaldson, I got people, understand me and Barry are on different legs. I make no money from Barry Donaldson's team. I got large portions of my team who go to Chicago and get trained at Barry Donaldson Center. Great. Great. If you going to Barry Donaldson is going to keep you in my business for another 12 months, all y'all better go. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not no Barry gonna steal money. No, he's a professional. No more, so he's got people coming to my yacht cruise. Come to my yacht cruise. I'm not trying to steal his people, be more of a leader. No, we understand that sometimes it's like a minister. A preacher can preach the same sermon for 51 weeks out of the year and don't nobody do nothing. The last Sunday of the year, he invites somebody to come in and say the same thing. Everybody give their life to Jesus. What was it? What was it? It's the same message, just a different voice.
That's a fact, yeah.
Even Spencer Iverson's voice can fall on deaf ears. I understand that. We get sick and tired of hearing me. They need to hear now from somebody else who's made millions in the industry besides me. Right? I'm not threatened by that. It's amazing to me how many leaders get threatened. What, you talking about that? Who talking about? Man, no, you better be that. Okay, so yeah, celebrate it. Yeah. So that being said, there's no level. There's no, because they need to see the bigger picture.
Thank you. Okay.
Last question. I'll let you guys get some rest. Yes.
Okay. One thing that's.
I'm sorry. Real quick. What time is it?
It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
One thing that stood out with me is don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Because a lot of people come into the business and when they find out that it's not as easy as they think it is, because a lot of people think it's a get rich quick scheme. So they get in, so as a month passes, they don't make the money, they want to quit. I myself was under that impression that in company you're gonna make some money, and after I was not making that money, I wanted to quit. Lo and behold, Akeem came. He rescued me back in it was March, and just one word from Akeem bring me right back.
Okay.
No
Good.
quitting.
This is a good place to wrap this up. Look, I got two parts to that. Why should you never quit? Why is that key?
You never know what can happen.
Forget about vacation. I'm talking about general for your life.
Because
Why
if
is
you quit, you never
know.
never become what you want to be.
That's true.
Your day will never come.
And there's really no wrong answer. Here's the answer. I'm going to give you the answer. Understand that quitting ends up defining you. It begins to define you. Yeah, Kim, you know Michelle? Oh, you know Michelle who quit everything? Yeah, I know Michelle. It begins to define you, right? And then you've lost all your influence because people now know you by your circumstance versus through who you are, your character. Oh, you the quitter.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you justify for everybody else why they should never have joined you to begin with because they just wait for you to what?
Quit.
Wow.
They never tell you that, but your numbers reflect it. They never tell you that, but there's a reason why you're not a top recruit. There's something amiss. There's something off, right? And so I don't quit for one reason. I'm never going to give the people who told me no or not right now the satisfaction.
That's it.
The satisfaction. I'm going to stick this thing out because you ain't never going to get the I quit.
That's it.
I've never left a company in my life in network marketing, ever. Now, companies have left me, but I've never left a company. And people know that about my track record. That's why I can sign up 28 people in 24 hours. I called 32, 20 of them signed up. And my whole pitch was, I need a credit card with $150. I'm talking about the biggest projects in my life. You need the position right now. And if you ask me questions, I didn't. Because the people that I call, no, I don't make that call every day. They get that call once, maybe every 5 or 6 years, maybe. So when I call, hey, Spence, hold on, hold, I don't want to lose my spot. Let me get my spot. Give me the details later. Next. You start mumbling, bumbling, stumbling, asking me questions. Hey, look, I might get you next go round. Why? Because I've built that reputation. And they know, now they may not make the money I make, but they sure don't want to miss their spot with Spence Iverson. Okay, now, the other part is managing expectations. See, there's a reason. Something happened that gave you the notion that this was get rich quick. Gave you the notion. Okay. I'm sorry to have to do this. No, I'm not. It's just my background. Biblically, there's the story of the Ethiopian eunuch. Okay? The eunuch, he was a treasurer for the Queen Candace. And he was riding in this chariot, and he was reading from the book of Isaiah, and he got to a point where he says, see, here is water, what doth hinder me from being baptized? Well, here's the thing. Even though the Bible doesn't say anything about the apostle who stopped to talk to him, mentioning water, it's a natural inference. He says, see, here's water, right? So that means that somehow, some way, water had to have been mentioned, right? So based on what you said, somehow, some way, somebody had to interject the notion that this was get rich quick. So I'm going to ask you this question. This is a very critical question for you to understand leaving here this week. What is the first thing you do when you sign a brand new prospect up? I'm asking you to. Anybody? What's the first thing you should do when you sign a brand new prospect up? What's the thing you do, number one? Say again? You present them to the group. Who else?
Welcome them and plug them into the various, get started. Getting started correctly.
Started correctly, okay. Who else?
And normally do like a game plan interview. They ask them what, all their reasons for getting involved.
Stop. That's it right there. That's it. That's it. The first thing I'm going to do to Donna. John Elise, okay, close. Very good. The first thing I'm going to do to John Elise when I sign her up, John Elise, why did you get started in vacation? That's the first question. When I was practicing law, I'm at my desk. Akeem walks in. Hey, bro, good to see you, man. Akeem, right? Yep. Hey, look, real quick. Akeem, what we're going to do is we're going to file a motion for summary judgment. Then I'm going to send out some interrogatories. We're going to do some baseline question. I need to find out who committed this crime. Okay? I want to set a trial date for September 3rd. I know the judge. I think we should be in pretty good shape. Okay? Now, I done ran off all kind of craziness to this man. Akeem said, sir, I just want to let you know your life was on your card. Thank you. See, what did I not do? What did I not do to Akeem? I didn't listen. I didn't listen.
Too fast.
You spoke too fast. That's what a lot of people do in network marketing. You presume that Jamunda, what is it? John, I'm sorry, I'm coming to America. Okay, John Elise. You just assume that John Elise, wanted to build a business, wanted to sign up 300 people go diamond. She might only want to meet Mickey Mouse at a discount. So what ends up happening is you scare the heck out of a person who just wants to book travel. Right out the business. Okay, what you need to do is, I need you to get on the 4-step system. Then what you want to do is watch this video. You need to get CTC certified. You need to take this test. Then we got a big convention. If you don't fly to Memphis, we're not going to work with you. Okay. All she wants to do is book travel. All she wants to do is book travel. So the first thing I'm going to ascertain is, why did you join Vacation? See, what happens is we don't do a good job of managing people's expectations. Right? We don't manage it. What's the difference called between your reality and your expectations? What's this distance called? What's it called? Do you notice?
Fantasy.
It's called disappointment. The distance between your reality and your expectations is called disappointment. So my job as an effective leader is to bring those as close as possible. I need to bring your reality and your expectations close, so that if we ever fall short, you're not so disappointed. So now, anybody who says, Mr. Iverson, I just want to book travel, what I want to then do is make sure they have all the resources to travel, because that's not what Mr. Iverson does. Okay? I'm just not the travel guy. I'm going to put them in all the resources. Every Wednesday, the travel talk training with Lori Spear, I'm going to make sure they have all the access they need to that. Okay? Now, I find out that she wants to make some money through building a team. Great. What's the next thing I do? If somebody identifies they want to make some money and build a team, what do I do then? I still ask more questions. The question is now, how much money?
Yeah.
Right? So here's the question that I ask. Gentlemen, given a 90-day time frame, with the amount of time that you have available, I want you to answer this. How much money would you like to be making in Vacation?
Sorry, I gotta move the car.
Oh, okay, man. Okay, gotcha. Given you, if you have 90 days in Vacation, you're 90 days. In the next 90 days, how much money would you like to be making residually, given the amount of time that you have?
The 600 US.
$600. Residual. $600. Great. Okay. Understand there's no wrong answer to that question. No wrong answer. So now what I'm going to do now, this is where you now need to have an understanding of the compensation plan. What I'm going to do now for John Elise is I'm going to chart a game plan for her to do that, to earn $600 a month in vacation travel. You need to be a national executive. You need to be between a national and international executive. Residual. I mean, I've had nationals who are making diamond money, right? Because they built the right way, right? But anyway, you need to be. So I'm going to let you know. Okay, John Elise. Let's just say it's national. Keep the math easy. John Elise. Okay, that means that you need to personally enroll 10 people, 10 friends, family members, co-workers into this project. The typical qualified national executive earns about $400 to $500 per month in income, right? Do you think that's something that you... Now, when I ask her, does she think that this is something that she can do? Only she can answer that. But what I've just done is I've managed her expectations, right? Now, I've had people say, Mr. I had somebody last week tell me, Mr. Iverson, I want to make $20,000 a month. Okay, great. In 90 days, you want to be at 20,000? Yes, sir, 20,000. Okay, great. That means for you, sir, that you want to be an international diamond, okay? You need to build a team of 4,000 people with no more than 1/3 under any one leg, because a typical qualified international diamond does $22,000 to $29,000 a month of residual income. Well, is there a $500 plan? Okay, great. But see, what I didn't do was shoot his goal down. Nor did I say, oh, that's great. Yeah, we got a couple of those, man. Dude, you can do it. No, he can't. Not if you don't know their story. Trey Harris does this full time. Chad Thompson does this full time. Both of those guys have previous network marketing experience. You got a guy who drives buses for MARTA full time and tries to do this part time. No disrespect to what he does, but you it's not comparing apples to apples, right? But that's where understanding our comp plan comes in play, so I can manage your expectations. And the better you're able to do that, the better your retention is going to be. So when you start giving these people false hope that they're going to somehow be rich tomorrow and be where Akeem is in 30 days, guys, that's when people quit the business. Because you created such a wide gap between their expectations and their reality that it becomes easy for them to quit. All right. So, hey, look, guys, I do, now, one thing we have been working on is just making sure that you guys have tools. When we're reinforcing that now. You probably saw people when you all were coming in. I have tools that I've built over years in the industry. How many of y'all, do y'all have the show, The First 48 in the island? The First 48?
Yeah.
It's a crime show.
Yeah.
Where they let you know, hey, look, if there's certain clues and evidence that we don't get in the first 48 hours, there's a strong probability we're not going to solve this case. In network marketing, this is the same principle is true. I've been blessed to work with and obviously have made that kind of money. And there are certain things that we do that we have in common. There are certain things that you have to do that all top income earners do in their first 48 hours. And if you don't do them, it's a strong probability you're not going to have the kind of success that you want, right? Because see, the benefit of me talking to you is not doing an opportunity presentation. It's what we're doing now. You need to get the 20 years of experience out of my brain to help you do it faster, right? And that's what the first 40 hours. So you got to get started right. At the end of that, somebody recorded me live one of my sessions on the art of the presentation. How do you become great from the front of the room? How do you become a great audience? How do you train your audience to be a great audience? It's over there. I got that CD. I also have this CD, and this is a series. These are both 2 CD sets. I think it's a total of 8 hours of training on these CDs. One of them deals with one of the main things on there is how do you deal with common objections? How many of you all know how to answer the question, the objection? Mr. Iverson, what do I say to somebody who says, Mr. Iverson, I got to pray about it. I need to check on my wife. I need to do more research. It's a pyramid. I got all that on there. The art of recruiting, how to power recruit, how to stay in your lane, how to develop a personal brand. How does putting you together, what does it say about you? How does the world perceive you? These are all elements to be, like I said, I've got 2 whole network marketing companies training their entire companies on these principles, on my sets. And so online, these sets are over $150 to buy the bundle. When I do live presentations like this, it's $60 for all 4. Okay, and you can get it with a credit card. And so I want y'all to take a flyer to. I do a yacht cruise every year in Fort Lauderdale. Charter a private yacht. David Manning and Mark Campese are going to be there. It's the lifestyle, it's a sexist event, and all vacation. Right? It's an all-white affair, and it's crazy. We have the whole yacht. It's a 4-course meal on the yacht. You're going up and down the intercoastal waterway in Fort Lauderdale, looking at these other $10 million yachts. We have people who buy tickets for their guests. And here's what happens. You may have people that you invite who never come to a home meeting. They'll never come to a hotel meeting. They'll never come to a Super Saturday or convention. But when you invite them to a yacht party, oh, they come. And here's what happens. For 4 hours, we're not going nowhere. David Manning not going to jump off the boat and run from your guests. You're going to be right there. And next thing you know, that person comes out of that hotel, off that yacht, into the back of that hotel to a computer, and signs up. Here's the answer why. Because see, at a hotel meeting, a home meeting, they don't experience our product. A hotel's not our product. Your house is not our product. That yacht, that's our product. We travel, right? So I got flyers about the yacht cruise. Obviously, I got the products that you all can take in. But make sure you get these too. Y'all in a foreign country. Y'all need to have as many tools as possible to get the replication going. I'm just kind of giving y'all some clues as to what I would do, right? Or you can get obviously the CDs and whatnot individually, as well to help you. Okay. But let me say this, guys. I'm really proud of you all, and I mean that. It is very, very hard to build in a foreign country in a company that's in the formulation phase. A lot easier when a company's more well established. So I appreciate you all being pioneers on the islands. I will personally take the hit. I'll personally take the hit to come to an island to do a presentation. I'll suffer that for the sake of the team. I'll struggle to get to the Bahamas.
Yes.
And Barbados. And Trinidad.
Antigua.
Yeah, St. Kitts. Yeah, I will really just. New York in the wintertime, St. Kitts. I just the struggle, So wow, I appreciate, and hopefully tomorrow's another good day where you get a lot of good notes. Right. So thank you guys. Akeem, thank you for your success and everything you've done, man. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yeah, you said that you said before. I'll show you.